How's it going, guys? It's RerieSon here, and today is a very special day because it is officially the 8th week of us playing Epic 7. So we've been playing Epic 7 for a total of 2 months now, and I have to say it has been quite a journey. Let me go do my summons real quick, and then I'll get ready to reveal to you all the new things that have happened to my account since the last update. And ooh, we got a Sparkle. I wonder who it is. Oh, it's K-Rod. Okay, so we actually got someone new. So these 10 summons that you get from the weekly events haven't really been good to me in the sense of getting new heroes. I usually get a lot of new artifacts, but new heroes are kind of a rarity. So this is quite the surprise for me, getting a hero that I actually don't own, because I've been getting so many duplicates from all the summons that I've been doing. But yeah, for once we got a new hero. Okay. So let me just take care of some guild things. Oh, looks like we lost a war. It was just by a couple of points too. That's unfortunate. Oh well. Anyway, let me do some guild leader duty things real quick, and then we will continue with the account review. Alright, let's collect these rewards here. Alright, so I'm gonna do my dailies real quick, and I'm gonna refresh shop because the group summon is opening tomorrow and I want to try to get some units. So let me do that and I'll be right back. Okay, now that's done, let's get into our hero review. So this is probably my favorite unit since I got him, Arbiter Vildred. I put him on speed and torrent set so he could do as much damage as possible. And I tried to get a max roll for his exclusive equipment, but unfortunately I was unlucky. I put him on double-edged decrescent so that he has a chance to counterattack when he is hit, when he revives. And it's been working pretty nicely for me. This is Spectre Tenebria. She's still on the same destruction critical set that I gave her a long time ago. I haven't changed her gear much. And she is on Barthez of Orichalcum. Here's my Vivian. I use her in Golem Hunt as well as Banshee Hunt. And I put her on Dignus Orb. And I have her on the Dispel All Debuffs exclusive equipment because I use her for PvE. Sometimes I give her Daydream Joker just, if I want to do something a little bit different. Here's my Sid. His build hasn't really changed much. I gave him the new penetration gear from the weekly event that we have going on. I put him on Rhiannon Luciella. Sometimes he takes a whole bunch of turns, sometimes he doesn't, but I like him this way. Next we have Genua, and I got him on Wind Rider from the Powder of Knowledge shop. I saw that this was the best artifact for him, and it's like such a cheat code, really. He gets rage from my Sea Phantom Politis, he kills somebody, and then he goes into hiding. Truly a stealthy assassin. Next we have the other Vildred, the Earth Vildred. And I just have him on a damage build. He's on Exorcist Tonfa and a lot of speed and damage just so he can go fast, do damage, kill things. I built him after I saw him using the E7WC, but I haven't really used him much, honestly. Next we have Celine on Destruction and Penetration. And you see that she has 98% crit rate, but don't worry about that. Once we get the necklace reforged, she'll be at 100% crit rate. And I don't have Secret Art Swordstorm, so I gave her the artifact from the Hwyong banner. And I put her on the stun inclusive equipment because I think it is more effective to stun someone and disable them in PvP as opposed to hitting the unit that has the highest attack. Next we have Adventurer Raz, who is on Aureus. This is standard build that I built him with, just tanky, fast gear, some effectiveness, some effective resist. I need to reforge his necklace, but all in all, he gets the job done. Next we have Politis. This unit is the star of my PvP climb. She's the one who helped me get gold rank in Arena. I have her on speed set and crit set on Abyssal Crown. And yeah, this unit is just a cheat code in PvP because your opponent is put in a situation where if they decide to use their skills, they get punished. Next we have Sigrid, who is on Destruction and Crit set. You notice that I have her at about 65 effectiveness. This is so that in case RNG goes bad when I'm doing Wyvern Hell, Sigrid can still land bleeds on the Wyvern boss and clear the stage. Next we have Ardent Waves Hua-Young, who is on Symbol of Unity. Since she is a Leo Thief and Leo Thieves have very high base attack, I figured it's best to put her on attack set so she has even more attack. I would love it if she was 5,000 attack and 300 crit damage, but my gear is not that good. As you can see, her average equipment score is less than 90. But maybe one day, if we get lucky, we could give her better gear and reach those stat benchmarks. Next we have C Phantom Politis, who I have on Infinity Basket. You'll probably notice that her speed is lower from the last time I reviewed her, and that's because I gave my fastest gear to a new unit, who is the thumbnail of this video. You'll see her speed in a little bit. She's just a couple of units down. But yeah, C Phantom Politis is still good even at this speed. Aiden hasn't changed much. I put her on the lifesteal set from Abyss, and I gave her Violet Talisman. She's really good in PvE for Fire Expedition and Abyss. Next we have Bloodblade Karen. I don't have her SSS imprint yet because I haven't pulled many Karens, but she is on Moonlight Dreamblade and the second Immortality exclusive equipment, and she is on Destruction and Torrent gear. I love using her in Guild Wars. She's a really good PvP unit. Then we have Mercedes, whose build hasn't really changed much. I gave her a little bit more attack instead of speed boots, and yeah, she's just really good in PvE, also good in PvP and Arena. And finally, here we have our Pride and Joy, our Conqueror Lilius on our fastest speed gear. She is at 294 speed, and I'm really excited to try her kit out tomorrow when I do some more PvP. But I think in theory this unit is really strong. She's the unit I selected from my Moonlight Blessing, and I selected her because she recently got that buff, so I figured, you know, might as well ride the wave and use a new unit. So I figured with her skill set, since she gives combat readiness to everyone, I could have her as the fastest unit and she could boost everyone up, and then see Phantom Politis to go next, and we'll have Vigor buff, and then we'll have Rage buff. And I basically have two units that are 294 speed, because if C Phantom Politis gets a combat readiness boost at 270 speed, then she's going to take the turn right after Conqueror Lilius goes. Next we have our Tamarin on Magahar's Tome, and this is the build I have for her. Effectiveness, effect resistance, and I want 100 effect resistance so she doesn't get cooldown reset by the Dark Expedition. Then we have Brieg, who is on a lot of health set and Proof of Valor. He is my Wyvern Hell tank. I wish I could get him to 30,000 HP, but I'm not going to reforge gear just to do that. And Arya is one of the units that we picked from our maxed out selector. And this is her build. I have her on crit damage, defense. She has Tagahel's book, and I gave her the exclusive equipment that gives her 1 additional focus. She's been pretty good in Guild War. I haven't done the combo that a user suggested to me in the comments to use her with Christy. Eventually I'll build Christy, but that will have to be a project for another day. Next we have Ruel of Light. I changed her build quite a bit. I made her faster and I gave her more defense since she has high base defense in exchange for health. And I still have her on Doctor's Bag. I think this is really good for her cleansing and healing ability. And yeah, that's Ruel. And next we have Witch of the Mare Tenebria, and I put her on Umbral Keystones. She's about 230 speed, and I think her kit is really strong, especially in Guild War. I haven't upgraded her third skill because the dual attack is dependent on her third skill being on cooldown, so I think it is more effective to constantly have her spam dual attacks by not using Mulagora on her third skill. So I give her a lot of effect resistance and effectiveness since she doesn't have immunity, and hopefully she can withstand some debuffs and take the turn and do what she needs to do. Next we have Charles, who is on counter and defense set, Justice for All artifact. His build hasn't changed. And here's a new unit that I recently built and maxed out, Shadow Knight Pillis. I put her on Bastion of Hope. In her skill, she gets a free 60 effect resistance. So I figured with Bastion of Hope, she has a lot of effect resistance, so she's not going to get debuffed. And even though she's really slow, I think she is a good pick into that Flan unit who always dual attacks, since she has a passive that lowers additional attacks. Next we have Aram. This is a new unit that we have. She is on speed and effect resist. I gave her her own artifact. That seems to be the best thing to use for her. And she's a really fun unit to use. She's good against Varseti, and it's just fun to make another unit go twice in a row. Next we have Disciplinary Prefect Arya. I forgot who it was, but there was someone who told me in the comments that I had a lot of wasted stats. I didn't read her skills, and I didn't see that she gets a guaranteed critical hit. So I changed her build to be focused more on health and defense and gave her more crit damage. Here's my Victorica. She is on Destruction crit. I use her for Golem, and she's on Daydream Joker. Pretty nice unit. She does the counter attacks and she does a lot of damage. Next we have Destina. Destina is my go-to cleanser if there is a lot of debuffs in the enemy team in Guild War. She is on Wondrous Vial Potion and the exclusive equipment that dispels buffs. And now that I think about it, it might be even more efficient if I put her on counter set, but I don't have a lot of counter gear. So she's just on speed set and health set with a lot of effect resistance because as a cleanser, she can't get debuffed. Next is Fene. She is the queen of PvE damage. I have her on Victorious Flag and Destruction and Pen set. She's really strong, and she's the second hero that I picked for my maxed out selector. Next we have Mort, who is good into units that do a lot of counter attack. I put him on his own artifact because I wasn't sure what to put him on, and I gave him this exclusive equipment. And yeah. Next we have Amiki, and Amiki is on counter and immunity set. She has an effect resistance ring. Her attack is not the highest, but I like her utility in Guild War. Up next we have Romano, who I'm currently trying to build. And I'm just going to put her on the full health set from the arena gear, since her passive works according to her max health. And those are the main units that I have built and that I'm enjoying. These other 5 stars you see are units that I plan to build in the future, but they are not main priority right now. Let's look at our other 6 stars. So I thought this was an interesting fact that since 8 weeks ago, I've been able to make 49 6-star units, which basically means I was able to 6-star at least 1 unit a day. And I think that's pretty nice considering I'm free to play And here is Araminta, who was the other unit that I used for my maxed out selector. I really love her in PvE, and I also got Tenebria for my maxed out selector. And the reason why I chose these units for my maxed out selector is because my focus for this game is mainly PvE. I'm not too big into PvP because just doing the math, PvP doesn't seem so rewarding. If they gave higher conquest points for tiers like Master and Challenger, I would try to push more in World Arena, but since Gold gives you the maximum of conquest points for the season, I don't really see the point in trying to get a higher rank. I mean, sure, their frames look nice, but their frames don't do anything for your account. They don't give any sort of account stat bonus or anything like this. So I don't really feel the need to go all out on PvP. I'm happy focusing on PvE and doing fun challenges in Abyss like auto clears and things like that. Alright, on to PvE progression. So I actually cleared the first boss on hard on auto using my Wyvern Hell team. I was experimenting. I was assuming that, you know, you could get the next tier reward, but I guess you're supposed to clear it on the highest difficulty that you possibly can to get the best rewards, and that was just my mistake, but that's okay. I'll learn for next season. So I did the fire one on hard, I did the other ones on hell, and I was trying the green one, but it's been kind of difficult for me. So I maxed out my brawl with the exception of these quests that give gold, because I figured since I have everything else already, the extra 50,000, 100,000 gold is not really going to mean much at all. So yeah, I maxed out my entire relic tree, and the brawl mode was pretty fun. The rewards were pretty nice. And I cleared Automaton Tower at level 5, and I did all of my labyrinth, and it looks like this old labyrinth is still here, the one with the bugs and the bosses. So wait a minute, what does this mean? We can farm this and get these rewards from the Alexa shop? I mean, I guess we can. I thought they transformed all of the tickets into epic catalyst, but yeah, it looks like we can still fight these bosses, farm them, and get currency so we can get epic charms or things like that. I think the best thing here to get is probably the epic artifact charm. You see my artifacts, there aren't max except for maybe 1 or 2. It's really hard to get artifact charms, I think. So I'll probably come here, farm this from time to time, get artifact charms. Yeah, so all of my labyrinth is done. All of my spirit altar is finally done. There was a while that I didn't do hell for certain spirit altars. All of my episodes done, episodes 1 through 5, all done. And yeah, let me show you my pets now. So I think this game has been really generous with the pet system. They give you a lot of toys to max out the affinity of the pets, and they give you these pets that are S rank skills with some good A rank skills too. I was in the process of building a pet for Rift, but since they gave us this free Rift pet, I stopped doing that, and I need to figure out how to reconfigure my pets now. If you look at my 3-star pets, you'll see that I was trying to build a Rift pet and some other pets to get the best skills, but it's really hard to get a full maxed out S rank pet, but I'm trying my best. Let's turn our attention now to what we've accomplished in Dagger Sikar missions. I've done all of the easy missions for the hunt boss, and I've done one hard mission for Hall of Trials, and I've done several hard and medium missions for the expeditions. I have to wait until the other expedition bosses come into rotation to attempt these quests, but yeah, it's been pretty fun. I want to get the Twilight Walker reward. I think Pillis is really cute. I think that emote is really cute, so I want to get it, and I think You know, if I do all of these quests, I would eventually get the other 2 emotes as well. But, yeah, I haven't really done the math here. I think if I do all the quests, I'll get all the emotes, right? Even though they took out the quest for the Labyrinth raid that they took out recently. I think it should be fine. I'm pretty sure they optimized the point system so that even though they took out those extra quests, we can still get all of the emotes if we want them. Turning our attention to the hero journal, I am really amazed that I have 60% of all the heroes that the game has to offer, as well as almost 50% of all the artifacts that the game has to offer. And this is completely 100% free to play. And here is my duplicate box. As you guys know, I've summoned many duplicates, and I almost have enough coins to pick my own Moonlight 5-star from that Galaxy coin shop. And yeah, happy 2 months to RerieSon. Like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you tomorrow for Fight Me Fridays.